Tell him you're done.
Wait, wait, stop recording. Stop recording. Done.
Alright. So, while I told you guys I was planning on completing every single little study session for the summer, I lied. This entire week is dedicated towards PAC mentor stuff. So if I didn't tell you guys before, I signed up to be a PAC mentor for the first years incoming for their orientation that they're having. On Monday, we have our own little like year 2 orientation to go ahead and help us along towards that. We're gonna meet with an advisor that we have to kind of get us a game plan of where to go. Orientation is gonna include like what resources to use, what should we expecting, what do we need help with. As far as the second year goes, I have like a pretty good idea of what's gonna be going on, but I don't wanna blabber on about it as of now. So I have my preceptorship assignment. It's going to be like a preceptorship like from the first year, except we just have a lot more knowledge now, which is kind of scary. Yeah guys, so this is ACS now, which is what I was talking about before. So this is advanced clinical skills. So basically we're not basic anymore. Insanely crazy to think. I still think it's crazy, and in my second year I know this much now. Tuesday morning, man, was when I had my preceptorship.
That's the one that I wanted.
And it looks like it's going to be 10 weeks long. Cool. I am going to start making more of these vlogs and stuff since I'm falling way behind on this stuff. I'll catch you guys in a bit.
Tú dices que no, que mejor nos quedemos tranquilos. En cambio yo estoy apostando, no todo contigo. No digas que no, si yo sé que tú sientes lo mismo. Libérate hoy, dame un beso que no sea de amigos.
Shit. We out here hella shopping and shit.
Is this for your vlog? Hell yeah, we got hella cutlery, bro.
Ever a heart spleen or not really?
Sort of. Usually we'll verbalize those kind of things.
Just be like, you feel a hard mess here.
Yeah.
You want us all to push?
Rotation and starting med surge. Completely different environment.
I am fast forwarding a day immediately because my camera died as I was recording something before. What was I talking about? So with the last week, I started school on Monday. I just completed my first week of the second year of medical school. And as I have talked about before, I'm pretty dang excited for what the year is gonna go ahead and bring. I will honestly say, Monday through Wednesday, let's say, was probably some of the most exciting days that I have felt in a while. Reflect on everything I've done over the summer, everything that I have went ahead and completed over the first year, bunch of new knowledge, bunch of confidence, let's put it that way as well, that we've went ahead and built up to this point to prepare ourselves for this new chapter in our lives. Today, a little bit fatigued, not because there's a whole bunch of studying, there's just other side projects, YouTube, sending emails out to make sure people are taken care of, those kinds of things. And yeah, to outline what's been going on this entire week. Well, first off, Monday I went ahead and resumed my duties with my PAC mentees for their first year orientation, getting them everything that they need, taking care of them as much as I possibly can. And then of course, attending my first day of orientation. All we did there in a nutshell is kind of outlining what the schedule of second year is going to be like. Talking about preceptorships, lectures, and that's literally it, just about. One of the things I'm super excited about actually coming from orientation, the second year schedule is so light. It's crazy. Not because there's nothing to study, but this year is what we're going to be calling self-directed study. So what that means, you look at outside resources, you kind of do independent studies. You are responsible for making sure you know the material for all of these blocks and such at the end of the day. It's more a transitioning from looking at lecture material that was presented from the professors and such to now looking at more standardized outside resources that are going to help us point towards the direction of success, if you may, for STEP. And then Tuesday, Wednesday was kind of just days off. I spent more days with my PAC mentees. Thursday was the simulation lab, which I will show footage right now.
Sort of. Usually we'll verbalize those kind of things.
Already did, homie. So that happened. Friday, which is today, did like a little student panel about, you know, your kid is in medical school, now what? Met some of the parents, some of the family of the family members, and it was really cool to go ahead and participate in that. Kind of made me realize, you know, stepping back into my shoes of where I came from in the first year. And then around like 11 o'clock, I had a little meeting for supplemental instruction. I will be the SI leader for Block 1, which is the fundamentals of basic science, just because that was like my baby, my cup of coffee, whatever you want to call it, in undergrad. So I'm pursuing that, continuing with that. So the rest of today, we're going to be doing a white coat ceremony. Even though I'm finishing up the first week of medical school, I'm a second-year medical student. In my own opinion, I want to go ahead and give this day to the first-year medical students who are out here today to, you know, give them the love, give them the support, give them the congratulations for everything they've accomplished here thus far, and really make it about them today. This is their day. They've made it. We're gonna make it special for them. I'm gonna sign off because we're starting monthly vlogs this time, and if frickin' Dr. Amor over here goes over and it's gonna be just aggravating, so just stop. What else is there associated with that too? I think that's it.
Partial albinism.
Neuropathy, weakness, and neuropathy wheelchair bound, yeah.
You gotta be careful with peripheral neuropathy though.
All right, speaking of study resources, right now I am going to investigate Pathoma. And this has been ranked as, I believe, like an A+ study resource according to First Aid. I looked at First Aid, looked at Boards and Beyonds, which are two other mainstream resources that medical students typically use to prepare for the board exams. I feel like there's still a gap that's missing that could connect all of this learning that's happening. So we're gonna hope that Pathoma definitely connects that gap and everything starts to make a little more sense, because according to this should connect the dots. So we're gonna see how that goes. All right, serious. It is Sunday, which means we are approaching the end of the second week. Third week coming up is gonna be all about genetics and such. And then I got my exam on Wednesday. Kind of wanted to talk to you guys right now, not to just randomly blur, but kind of talk about some of the new goals I've been thinking about coming into this year, and not just study goals, because when it comes to medical school, it's not always just all about studying, okay? Like the difficulties of medical school themselves don't come from the academic side. It's really a matter of, you know, how well can you balance your entire life on top of all of these other things. I think, you know, one of the things that definitely contributed to my less than successful year that I wanted for myself last year was the lack of personal care that I could have implemented. One of the things I want to do, and like little small goals such as, you know, like right now, taking the time every single like 4 hours or so when I'm doing my study routine and such to just walk outside, walk in the neighborhood, talk to you guys, kind of like reflect about some stuff, talk to a friend. And then of course, like if I can keep up the goal of talking to best friends, talking to loved ones like every single week or so, just to make sure I keep up with them and kind of get my mind out of medical school and kind of like spice things up a little bit. Stop talking about all of the disease processes of the human body, or, you know, how much we're struggling with stuff. It's really nice to just like talk about other stuff every once in a while. I have been doing that for the last 2 weeks, and I must say that has been working wonderfully for me. I feel like fantastic, like I freaking love going back into studying, love studying the new year and such, and you know, maybe that's a product because of the new material that's being presented to us this year. I'm gonna get back to studying. That should be good. All right, just want to talk quickly about clinic because this is a cool experience now being in a second year's shoes. And I'm not gonna lie, like I didn't know much about the clinic we were going into. This clinic specifically was a dermatology clinic. And for those who don't know what dermatology is, just think about, you know, skin, surface level stuff. So like, all that. Bart! But as I was saying, yeah, dermatology. I went in today, I met the guy I was gonna be with, and long story short, had a fantastic time. It was a great clinic for me and him. I definitely was able to go ahead and like run through HPI stuff, which is, you know, history and the physical, doing it quickly this time. One of the things I really wanted to make sure I do this time around is balance a full history taking, get everything that you basically need to know, as well as trying to do it as fast and efficiently as possible, and finding a happy balance between those two. I'm really excited to see where the second year is going to take all of us as students, and for me in particular, I'm really excited to see that like all of the stuff that I was learning with the little amount of hours I shadowed, and seeing, you know, like finally all of the pathology that I've been hearing about this entire time that confused me for the longest time, it's all going to snap now. And really what it's going to be for the rest of the year now is figuring out how do I not only keep up with that information but still be able to clinically apply it and really, you know, take all of this and carry forward with it as I learn new stuff. Up next is going to be learning a little bit more about microbiology, bacteria, fungi, viruses. That's going to be the main theme for the next 3 weeks, and then we have another exam and then a cumulative. Cumulative might be the next exam, I'm not really sure. I gotta double check on that. And I just want to take this time before I conclude. I really never talked about, you know, what are the challenges I foresee, you know, what's my vision for this year with second year specifically. One of the things I remember I'd actually talked about, and this is when I was in the Dominican Republic, was really trying to figure out, you know, what is gonna be the main challenge, main obstacles, main vision that I have to go ahead and pursue moving forward. One of the things I continually hear is, and this comes from I think like a significant amount of people, is as we proceed through the second year and we have STEP, we have all these lectures we have to take care of, all these new things that we are expected to learn in order to, you know, pass. We forget about the reason as to why we're pursuing medicine in the first place. This could be a variety of reasons. We all came into the profession for specific aspects that really like make us feel at home with our jobs and such. One of the things that happens is as we are pursuing stuff throughout the second year, especially STEP that is, we focus too much on like the little minutia, the little details of memorizing like all of this clinical stuff without really realizing, you know, we're learning this because we're actually going to use it on a patient one day. You know, I've almost had to like word for word verbatim kind of that kind of message told to me. I'm not going to pretend like I'm going to sit here and be like, oh, you know, that's not going to be me. Because the reality is I haven't been through it. I am just as susceptible as anybody else who goes to medical school, and a lot of doctors who probably are watching this can attest to this, is you can really get caught up in the heat of the second year, especially towards the end, that you forget why you're here. My main goal is to make sure that, you know, I continue to remember my whys. Why am I here? Why do I care so much about learning such a vast amount of information that can really stress people out? Figuring out how am I gonna go ahead and hold on to that and use that to continue to drive me forward and not get lost in the pursuit of pure academics, if that makes sense. I think there was some other goals I have in mind too, and I believe I mentioned it. Keep in touch with the 5 or 10 people in my life that really give me positive energy, the people that it's just so effortless to talk to. Those people we should hold on to our lives, and medical school is a stressful period. It's important to have those people in your life. I think secondly too, definitely making more time to go ahead and take a personal health. I've kind of talked about this already with the 10 people and such, but going out, go like with a dance team, which I actually have joined, so I'm really excited about that. Taking walks every once in a while, gonna go breathe nature and such. Keep up with exercise, pet Bart as much as I possibly can. Maybe do some other stuff, maybe like go travel or do something. But the main point is here, guys, is at the end of the day, mental health and wellness is far, far superbly important to everything. What else? Yes, there's 2 research projects I'll be doing, but I'll talk about that later. Can't think of anything at the moment right now. I think this is definitely a good time for, fan interaction, or if you're just watching this, questions you have about the development of a doctor kind of in this stage. Please feel free to go ahead and shoot them. I'd be so happy to answer them because I think that definitely opens up my mind and gives perspective on what it is, I should be thinking about, should be doing, those kinds of things. I think that's gonna be about it. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off here. Thank you guys for watching this edition of the vlog for the monthly vlogs. It feels so good to just do monthly ones. If you guys liked the video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you like the content of the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. As always, just leave your feedback. I love hearing from you guys. Doing this kind of stuff really gets me pumped up and gives me a reason to keep moving forward. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, rest of your week, rest of your month, rest of your year. That was stupid. I can't do the voice right now. And as always, I don't have my sunglasses this time, but it's okay. Creer en amor.